gentle reminder. It's not like it's actually just stabbing you in the truth that lanes matter, but it's just a gentle reminder that you might want to care about your laning phase.
I feel like gentle reminder would not be 33. It's like a little,
Okay, it's
it's a
a
little rude reminder.
it's a reality check.
Reality
At
show.
best,
Okay.
it's questionable.
At best,
That's one of the lines that he likes.
at best questionable. All right. Well, hopefully we're not going to see that from Secret this game. We are going into draft of game number 2 between Secret and IG. Waiting to find out if IG can bring, again, what you guys have been mentioning. Maybe that Kunkka, something that brings that early aggression that secures them those early kills to snowball the game into their favor. We'll find out. The Naga being banned out right away by IG, though. And they do have first pick this time.
Let's see if Secret are up for letting through the Lesh. So far, 100% win rate. Both times it's been played support,
Support, right?
which is
Yeah.
actually interesting. It was played
Oh,
support
true.
by LGD because they got mega counterpicked on core Lesh, so they were just like, okay, we'll support. And the other one was in the wildcard round played by
Vega.
Vega
against Archon.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
say it was
It
Vega.
was the
yeah.
Ursa game.
Yep.
And I think
so far
mainly
it's
like
available.
teams coming in this event, they feel like, okay, Less Shock is something that everyone's going to be looking at. So
Yeah.
everyone's thinking, maybe you take that and some team is going to have like a tons of way to counter it. So
It's true.
a good solution would be to just make sure that it goes to the support position. Then it mitigates a lot of that idea.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, at this point, because so many people are expecting it, it's
Yeah.
actually another different mind game of, hey, if we pick it, is it going to be core support? We've already had 2 support games, like you guys mentioned. Definitely something to consider now. This is the moment to Secret let it through. Now, if Secret lets it through, do you think they will also be in a position where they'll be like, we're just going to hard counter it and then assume that it's support, or will they actually try to wait and see?
They will definitely not pick like Cloud9 did. I think,
Well, that was
they
as
just went
plain as
way
you could be.
overboard on it. And it was still incredible how well Cloud9 did in that game. As,
Yes.
as we talked about, they actually drew it on to 66 minutes with so many heroes, which, we're maybe not giving them enough credit for the synergy between the lineup Cloud9 had in that game, but to me it seemed like it was a little bit too much of one thing.
Right.
Of
How about
countering.
this, Sin?
Oh, it's
You
never-
just pick one hero that counters it. Like you don't build a lineup that counters the specific hero. Like maybe you
Right.
just pick Nyx just to deal with Lash.
Nyx is
and
decent.
If the Lash is like support, Nyx is still decent against it.
Right.
And if it's a core, obviously it's better because of mana burn.
Or you just ban
Sure.
it.
Oh, the Viper got... I mean, well, the Viper's always been kind of a second phase ban for...
against the Quap most of the time, because if you pick Quap and you don't leave Viper, I mean if you leave Viper in the pool after, like generally the opposing team would try to pick Viper against Quap.
Yeah, so Secret, one of the first teams we're seeing, at least here in the mainstream, to secure that right away after seeing
Yeah.
Quap. I mean, in general, I guess we haven't seen Quap really either.
They banned it as
oddly.
well. Like the last game, when they picked Quap, they
Yes.
banned Viper in the second
Yeah,
phase.
so-
So it shows you the mentality of the team. They don't want Viper against Quap, and when they pick it, they try to make sure that it doesn't happen to them
Right.
as well.
Very
And
good.
it seems this pairing of cores for Secret is one they like to go to, the Gyro plus
Yeah.
Viper. They've used it multiple times before.
Mhm.
I guess the idea is that Viper is a very tanky frontliner, so Viper forces a fight to happen where the enemy team has to engage onto itself, and then that sets up for a really easy call down, some good flat cannon burst, and just generally draws attention to itself across the game so that the Gyro can get farm. And
It's also lane dominating.
Yeah, lane
it's a lane
dominating,
dominator, and
yeah.
it's less farm dependent too. So
Yeah.
Gyro can take the whole map, and it's okay because the
Yeah.
mid laner doesn't need to get a lot of items. So I
And
like that pairing.
Generally, they pair Zai into a team fight composition hero when they have Viper and Gyro, like Dark's here. So
Okay.
they have a lot of combination play available if they go down that route again.
All right. IG, meanwhile, securing Razor before we go into the second phase of the ban.
So IG themselves have good lanes. Like Razor and Quap are known for being good at lanes as well. So like both sides with the first 4 picks are prioritizing heavily on having good lanes and having a good early game. That's generally a good thing for IG.
Yeah.
Being aggressive early and having good lanes. Having good lanes means that your support can roam a lot.
There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Yes, and that's what we've been talking about. You guys have been mentioning that's what we want to see from IG to see if they can change the pace a little bit, put some pressure on Secret rather.
Yeah, last game I feel like they really didn't have too much kill potential in the lanes. And that's
Yeah, it was Zeus and Bloodseeker.
Mhm.
Yeah, the other 2 lanes.
Yeah.
So Bloodseeker is like you can only roam maybe if he reaches 6 or a potential dive happens to Bloodseeker and you TP in. Otherwise, it's really hard to get early kills when you have Bloodseeker as a mid hero.
yeah, and I mean especially against the Queen of Pain. and of course the support duo having to do something with that. But as you said, Chuan having a lot more success. He's known for his Enchantress as well as his Sand King. I think is one of his best heroes. It wasn't the greatest pick last game because Tombstone is very difficult to fight into as a blink hero. But in general, I think that those type of heroes are the ones that he's best with, and you know, he like sets up the foundation because burning doesn't actually move as much as most other carries. So
Yeah, if you compare it to, remember the game, Sylar was Gyro.
yeah,
He TP'd in when he didn't even have mana for ulti, just one Rocket Barrage, but he
Yeah.
TP'd in and he got 2 kills. Like, you would see that less from burning.
Right. All right, Dazzle also being taken out, and Darkseer being banned out by Secret.
Yeah, that's not expected. I thought they were actually going to go for it, but it might actually mean they want something else. They might want something like a hard lockdown for the co-op, or something that can, do better against co-op. I'm not sure what at this point. What else does he play? They can do well against co-op and Razor. Like, there's still Clock. Clock and Gyro work well together, but it's not very good at killing Queen of Pain. It's decent against Razor.
it's always Nyx, I think. So. But
I'm
he's
still
not
trying
that
to
great
understand
away.
why they banned the Darkseer.
But I'm not sure why. I'm really not sure
It's
why.
very,
It's weird.
very uncharacteristic.
Like, usually you ban it if the opponent has some superior combo. Like you
Right.
see from the first 2 picks that they have something that has very huge implications with the vacuum. Otherwise, you don't actually ban it.
Yeah, because I mean it's a very combo dependent
Yeah.
hero. So
It's possible that they want to get rid of it because they don't want to have a support commit as much to annoying the Darkseer out of lane. He's a very self-sufficient offlaner and can actually get a lot if you don't constantly pay attention to him. And even if you don't, or even if you do rather, you still have to deal with the Ion Shell. So maybe this is a way for Secret to be like, okay, we just want to open up our supports. We don't want to deal with that offlaner. We want to have a lane where Gyro can actually win for sure. Because Darkseer can tie with Gyro. He can just creep skip. You know, he can just cut the wave.
I actually think that might be a reason. Brood Mother, because they banned Darkseer and X.
oh, okay. Yeah,
that might actually be the
Oh
reason.
yeah, now they're
Okay.
Yeah,
Ah, and there we
okay.
go.
Totally forgot
catch.
about Brood. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
Because it was so
Brood
weird. Why would they ban Darkseer? Then
Yeah.
my brain was like, something is off. Then I realized IG they didn't ban Brood. So
yeah.
But they didn't know that when they banned Darkseer, right? They could have banned Brood over Wisp.
Yeah, they
That's
could
why
have.
it looked weird. Like, the Axe ban makes perfect sense when you see the Brood pick, but it's just...
yeah, it could be they're trying to
That's-
set up the Brood. You know,
Yeah.
they might be trying.
And
okay,
then if they do ban the Brood and the Darkseers, I was like, okay, we basically traded one ban for one ban then. So it's not really
Right.
a bad trade in
Yeah.
either case. So.
But Secret does get their way with the Brood Mother.
This
so.
is a problem for IG.
this is a big problem. They need supports that Co-op does okay. I'd say you don't exactly win the lane, but you can defend your tower basically. But it's difficult to sustain in the lane as Co-op against Brood in the long run. So that's not a long-term solution.
Yeah, I think it's better to put him in the mid, throw Luo on the Razor, and then try and have another way to deal
Wow,
with the Brood.
Bounty again, but Bounty is a bit worrisome though. Like, if you're even in the game is even and you're able to get tracked, then Bounty is able to deal with Brood Mother that way. But if you get roll over in the lane, because Bounty doesn't do anything in the lane
Yeah.
against Brood, so that might be a problem. But another good factor about having the Bounty is they have strong lanes, right? They have co-op, so Bounty might be able to set up something in the other lanes.
I mean, we've seen the run like Bristol a fair amount. I think even with the Darkseer and the Axe banned out, there's still a fair amount of heroes that can deal with them
there's still a
decently.
couple of good heroes,
Yeah.
like maybe Tide, but
Sand King, Tide,
it's,
LC.
it's
I
about
think
the
is okay.
lineup they have though. What fits their lineup?
But they still, I think they want the Quap to lane against Brood, because they want the Razor to go mid against Viper.
yeah.
They don't want Quap versus
Yeah,
Viper matchup.
that's
That's,
true as
like
well.
the worst matchup.
Well,
for
they can
Quap,
also
so.
put Luo on Queen of Pain. If they
Yeah,
want.
they
That
could run an
depends on-
offlane Quap.
yeah,
I think
depends on the
offlane
lane.
Quap
I just think the
is not-
Queen versus Brood matchup is just it's not that good for the Queen
It's
of
not that good, but it's also not awful. So if you have like one support that can help out a little bit in the start, give Quap a head start, then you could probably work around it. And, yeah, we'll see.
Wow.
Okay, now
Oh,
it's
wow.
hard for Quap.
It's hard. This
This is a problem for Quap.
this is Spirit Breaker, which means that the other lanes would have problems too.
So
So like
we're-
both sides have one roaming support, Bounty versus Spirit Breaker, but it will see who has the better lanes. And for now, I feel Secret has more flexibility in the lanes because Brood Mother is a problem. They have to assign a dedicated hero for the end. You know, it's not fun to play against that with their lineup right now.
So at this point, they need to find someone to just fill that
I
role.
don't know
being able to
about,
hold
you
Brood
know,
back. I mean, is that the situation IG?
It might need a support like something like a Sand King, some support that can deal with Brood, you know.
Right.
It's just no matter what they pick, it's going to be an exceptional, stressful game because
Yeah.
you constantly have to deal with Brood. There's constantly going to be Spirit Breaker charging your solos, and then you need to like, okay, so where's my support actually going to be? I can't protect mid and fight off Brood at the same
Yeah.
time. And then in addition to that, they have 2 solos in
So
their own
they
lanes, like
they
Viper and
might
Gyro, who
have
are expected
to pick
to win.
something
So
that's
this is really
self-sustained,
hard.
you know, self-sufficient against the
Yeah.
Brood. So you don't have the problem where the supports have to be here, they have to be in
Good
mid.
call, Ben.
Yeah.
Sick prediction.
Oh,
I would
interesting.
have never
Alright.
guessed that.
Would you consider that self-sustained like against Brood?
Yes.
Yeah, we've seen it a lot.
It is.
actually.
So
Okay.
Especially from the Chinese teams. It's just leave Bristleback alone and focus on the other lanes. It's pretty much a 4-on-4 and a 1-on-1 in the
Yeah,
bottom.
but without the IO, I think he might run into mana problems. Might want to get like sometimes you see players get an early bottle, like something to address that issue because you're up against Brood. Mana is always a thing that you're going to be constantly using in the lane against the
Right.
Brood lanes.
Yeah.
Okay, Bane being bent out again by Secret.
But in general, I think you want 2 heroes that can deal well with. I guess Queen of Pain and Razor can. win
Yeah, they are
versus-
like sort of okay
Yeah.
with the spam they have to deal with the Brood lane. So I'd say, all in all, their lineup at the moment seems alright against Brood. I mean, the cost obviously is alright.
So is there any hero that can make this lineup from Secret more nightmarish? 'Cause you guys, every hero pick so far has just been getting progressively
Techies.
worse.
Nightmare.
Techies.
Oh my.
Man, you said nightmare.
Oh, if they actually do that. It's like that's the point. You're just like
Don't worry, it won't happen. Don't worry.
Yeah.
you don't even want to play the game. It's like whatever. We'll take the O2, but keep our morale high for our next
yeah, there you
series.
go. that does sound like not a bad idea,
It's
actually.
really frustrating. Yeah, but I agree. They're definitely not going to grab it.
Okay.
Okay,
CM.
that's actually strengthening the Brood mana pick a lot.
Yeah.
Aura.
Mm.
It's a huge difference. A Brood with Aura and without. Like you're actually able to dominate the lane much more with the Aura.
Even a Spirit Breaker, I think, with the aura.
Yeah,
is a
obviously
pretty
it
big-
helps. It helps in the early few levels where you have a very limited mana pool. Definitely.
Yeah, I think their whole theme is like self-sufficient all 3 lanes and try and capitalize on
And
the one that's
CM
the
is like
weakest.
jungling.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm giving you mana
Right.
support.
Yeah. There you go.
I am
I'm sure-
helping.
I remember Dota 1, it used to be a strat level Crystal Maiden to 7 and then quote-unquote disconnect. Oh, we lost our Crystal Maiden. What a shame. We get more gold.
Number 1 strats right there. Lina being picked up for IG just to round things out. Doesn't sound like it's really going to change the dynamic too much.
A support that has nukes to deal with the Brood lanes. I guess
Right.
it's kind of good in that sense. And they have another form of burst damage to kill stuff. So it's obviously a good thing to have that.
Okay, so let's assess the situation. Is it questionable at best, or is it just an absolute nightmare right now for IG? Winter, please let us know.
I think they have to be very cautious at dealing with the Brood. If the Brood gets out of control, they wouldn't be able to take care of the other lanes, and Spirit Breaker would be like charging left and right, top, center, whatnot. Then the lanes would fall apart from them if that happens. So the Brood is a very key piece in this puzzle for Secret.
So things have swapped a little bit now. It's IG who has to watch out for the early game, whereas originally we were
Yeah.
suggesting that, hey, you should put the
They
aggression on
should be
Team Secret.
taking the initiative.
But yeah, now they
I mean,
actually just have
they
to
can
survive
still
in order
take
to
the
have a shot.
initiative with Bounty, don't get me wrong. So
But you could just tell in the draft that the Brood pick just threw them off.
Yeah,
Yeah, you could-
completely.
yeah, you
like
could
they start
definitely see
taking
that.
way longer for the picks and bans, and it's like they need to repair constantly the draft.
Yeah.
How do we repair our draft so we're not in trouble?
Yeah,
and
definitely
that's always
threw
a bad
us for a
position
little
to
bit
be
of a loop too. So game 2, can IG survive the early game and then even try to get that win against Team Secret? We're about to find out.
Channel for your viewing pleasure or audio pleasure.
Nightmare
here
techies.
for our game number 2 of Team Secret versus Invictus Gaming. It is the second round of the group's day 1.
I'm Wagamama, and this is Toby1 CSGO.
Hi!
The high started, and then he looks over.
Alright, damn you, Waga! Such a troll. Such a troll. Yes, I'm a Valve boy.
Oh, did he get spotted? when he
yeah,
did
they
that?
saw him
Faith-
quickly.
Yeah, Faith was just barely spotted, so I think they're gonna deward that.
Very deep ward on the high ground too on the Radiant side. But there's one sentry ward in the Viper.
Yeah, he has the sentry and the observer, so they know where the observer went down. He's gotta go there and deward this right now, I believe. Like, they're
Does he place it
pinging-
closer to the lane as well? He might be worried it's like in this like random spot a little bit further up on
Yeah,
the
he's
hill.
not entirely sure where it is, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe he didn't actually realize the bounty warded there, but he definitely saw the bounty run away. So maybe he thought it was a mind game or something.
The secondary sentry is also on Zai, so in case they put a sentry in his lane.
Arteezy gonna run away here on bottom as he has no way of stealing this rune. Ferrari gonna get it.
And S4 takes the one for the mid. So everything going as foreseen.
Oh, already dust on Spirit Breaker, by the way. So if you want to try cheeky business in the beginning of the game here as a bounty hunter, be prepared to get punished by Spirit Breaker.
SP might be a little bit sad though, because he can't do the pull. So he won't be able to have bash from the first one. He'll only be able to get charged.
The puppy courier service on the mid lane. He's actually delivering, running out with the
Funny thing is, he's here, but S4's not ready to take it. He's like, oh, just take some damage of Ferrari. Well, starts off to start. Actually, he goes with a static link, but takes a lot of damage for his trouble.
That's not worth it at all for Ferrari. I mean, he stole plenty of damage, making...
Oh, Sentry Wards, Faith, so quick.
Yeah, the tangle.
Yep, that's the only way he would be able to get rid of both the Observer and the Sentry Ward. He got both of them in that short space of time.
That was a big play. That was a big play. He also has his ward remaining on mid lane, so very good, winning the mid ward war. And now he's going to make his way down to bottom where there's no pull available, but he's going to try and find a chance on Arteezy.
The only issue he's got is the fact that he's basically out of mana. Like, you might have a Sentry Ward available, but he's just used his last clarity. They charge on Chuan, but it's Arteezy initiated on Burning. It's a good start. The flag cannon, the damage. Kuro should be able to get the revenge kill over on the Lina, which is nice for his levels. Unfortunately for him, though, he lost his core.
Yeah, lost your core there, and the first blood as well, as Arteezy gets brought down first. Very nice timing there by the Bounty Hunter to get all the way down there after dewarding. Already having good impact. Top lane, we haven't talked about it much. It's just Bristleback laning up against the Broodmother.
Yeah, no one should really die on this top lane.
No, it's not a lane. I mean, sooner or later, we're going to expect the Broodmother to take over the jungle and farm. Actually, Luo is going pretty aggressive here and just spamming. Sai can't farm under his own tower here. This is very nice play by Luo.
But you're still going to be able to web, and you got Salve and everything else, so it's not going to be much of a problem for him.
Yeah, sooner or later he's going to be able to farm. It's just the cool spray spam is very, very real.
Yeah, not to mention the regeneration. It's nice having that little mango on the Bristleback, so if times do get tough, he can just get that quick 150 mana back again.
I never knew I loved mangoes until I played Dota. It's like, do I like mangoes? Never tried.
I would love a mango right now.
Yeah.
Need some mana.
I have a little restaurant close to my home. They
Called
give
Mangoes?
No, they give mangoes when you buy something. Always a mango.
That's an amazing restaurant.
Yeah,
That's the Swedish healthy living right there.
so good. Oh, they're going bottom again?
Yep, there's the charge. And Chuan actually knocking back both Burning and Faith, but
But
Arteezy,
Arteezy!
once again, so much focus damage when they go on him, and Chuan's still not dead. Where's that 17%?
he has to stun again.
Kuro can't find it. The Life Striker Ray will be off target. There goes your dust. They see Faith and Puppy. Turns for the Frostbite, but Faith not taking enough damage to find a kill here. And Spirit Breaker, not enough mana or life to re-engage in.
Yeah, very good, but the Queen didn't aggressively blink there as well, as Arteezy was respawning and TPing in, so well played by IG. They're really doing well in this aggressive lane with the Queen of Pain, playing well around it, and Faith once again being part of kills.
2 deaths to Arteezy. 2 deaths.
Yeah, that's a terrible start for him. And we saw a game earlier where the Gyrocopter, if he gets a hard start, it's pretty tough to recover as a Gyrocopter compared to some other like Shadow Fiend, other heroes that we think are so easy always to recover.
They want to have a little bit of crack here at S4. Faith pinged it out. He's got Janata off cooldown.
No HP though.
Yeah, not a lot, but I thought it was just going to be enough of a setup when Razor would combine, but his static link was on cooldown, hence no movement forward.
Yeah, really. Bottom lane is still very aggressive here, and
They're charging top. The SP's coming over for Luo. Now, Luo's got the highest CS on the board. Now, this is a little bit...
Luo is a tough kill.
Yeah. Like, he's taking a lot of Spire links, but he's still got 300 net worth advantage
There's no way.
over Zai. So they might be able to charge him in directly.
They
You've got
actually-
3-level spawn
No
Spire
way.
links, but there's no mana for it. So a long run up, but no real reward.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, that's a very tanky hero. He has 2 points in Bristleback, and he has the Poor Man's Shield. And then he has a Magic Wand on top of that, so if you spam spells near him, he's going to have that available as well. mid now. An attempt here. DD Queen of Pain behind S4.
He's only got 1 point up in Scream, however, so it's going to have to be all physical damage. And you got the SP ready to charge in to help him out. In fact, yep,
DD
there it
Room
comes
brings
on
a lot,
Burning.
though.
He's going to bump back Ferrari, close to the plaza field. Not enough damage to kill off S4, but actually, I take it all back.
Puppy?
With the attack, it's enough. That's 126 damage
Ferrari.
of stolen. And Puppy, he knows he's in the trees. Plaza
Oh,
Field's in 2
God.
seconds. He'll run in, but the Frostbite. Puppy's looking for revenge. Kuro's going to come in. This is not worth it for Ferrari. Fate's in the neighborhood, but the bash from Kuro, not even a bash, just a normal hit,
Yeah.
finds the pickoff.
He just hits really strong, honestly, and he brings down a solo kill onto the Razor. 500 gold for the Spirit Breaker there, or 489. It's a very good start for him. I mean, he's 2-0-0, so despite the fact that the bottom fights have been going poorly, at the very least, at the cost of Arteezy, the Spirit Breaker is doing well.
And the Spirit Breaker is one of those heroes where you really, you could do some Akuria. Yeah. Edgy worked it out as Zai starts to creep skipping.
Yeah, you're gonna do this always as Broodmother. Just take over behind the tower and then run in and farm the entire jungle. You can get so much farm going.
Kuro's been forced to burn through a lot of mana. Now, he doesn't have a lot of regeneration on him, but he'll have passive regeneration. Now he's finished the urn.
Yeah, the urn is so amazing as well. When you have that, you just want to have one aggressive charge available always, and use the second one to heal yourself after you take the fight. Man, these wards by IG are so good. I haven't really stopped to mention that, but they see everything that's going on really right now. They see Puppy and his jungling, they see Arteezy, and hence they're on him already. And they're gonna go.
Live so hard with Burning with a blink in. Faith, however, taking a huge amount of damage. He's still visible because of the charge.
Spirit
from
Breaker
Spirit
wants
Breaker.
that. Oh, they salve him. No, they bottle him.
He can't get it. Kuro
Yeah.
knows it.
They heal him up. Very nice there. Man, vision is like half the game when it comes to Dota. Knowing where your enemy are makes it so much more easier to make good decision making.
I love how Puppy's actually got the 4th most pro games on it. That's because he was playing it from the very start of Dota 2. Ferrari now to charge in. Kuro, 17% works for him, and they got more support with the Rocket Barrage. Puppy is the man who takes the last hit. And
Yeah.
rightly so, because that Crystal Maiden is completely naked of items.
Yeah, actually has nothing. It's like watching a courier. Well, this Spirit Breaker is bringing a lot of damage to every time they go on someone, because he's already level 5, and when he has level 6, he's gonna bring even more with their ulti.
I just want to keep my eyes still on top lane. I know we said there was going to be no kills here, but Broodmother's found just as much farm as this Bristleback.
Yep.
So the Bristleback's going to be really tanky, but what does a Broodmother do? You've got almost 1,600 gold on a Broodmother. Is this a Necro Book game because you're going up against a hero like a Bristleback? Or do you think Orchid? What's the goal here?
I think this is definitely a good Necrobook game, especially as there's the Bounty Hunter as well, because he's going to be looking for you when you're the Broodmother.
True.
So just popping your Necrobook and clearing of wards, and then maybe you can find a kill on the Bounty Hunter as well. And it does add an amazing push, and Necros are just pretty strong in general.
Well, right now he's just got Treads as well as Soul Ring.
Yeah, we'll see where he wants to go in. I don't believe it's a Dagon game, really, when you're against these heroes. Maybe against the Lina, you can keep feeding on her, of course. He's looking to go mid and kill her.
Yep, coming right for Chuan. Okay, well that's one easy way to get an easy pick off. And the SB doesn't actually finish the charge, but they chase after Ferrari. Zaya's right behind him. There's no points up in Bite or Insatiable Hunger. So they don't have support like this, but they can just try and force the tier 1 towers. This feels like a play of game 1 again. You feel a little bit behind, and then the tier 1 towers of IG just start falling apart for no trade.
Yeah, definitely. And Kuro gets spotted out here, but can they do much? The TP in the Bristleback, the strongest hero, getting him to a front. Burning, chasing after Kuroki, but he's gonna charge away.
Down to the bottom lane. You might get the Shadow Strike, but you've managed to drag all 5 players from IG to the mid. And you've still got the Broodmother having great fun on top, and now the Spirit Breaker is going to find more space on bot lane too.
The thing is that the Broodmother moves so quickly from lane to lane as well, because she just runs in mid and then all the way back up to top quickly and easily, whereas IG, they TP'd in mid to defend there. They bring everyone, as you say, and that gives Brood more space to farm.
You actually look at the line of webs.
Yeah.
It's this perfect little chain line.
And with the new mechanics, she can easily remove the webs that she used to get there and keep the ones that she wants, instead of just automatically removing the oldest one, which was terrible. That's the way it used to be.
Well, hello, Ferrari. That's a lot of spiders around you, and, well, the attacks will begin. Static Link's going to be there, but all Zai's got to do is just run himself away.
I mean, he's pestering him, right? It's just so frustrating for Ferrari right now.
They drop sentry wards.
Oh,
They see
that's a good
Zai, but
sentry.
Chuan doesn't have an ultimate, and Faith doesn't have track. So he's keeping 3 players focused on him while S4 was able to dish some damage to the mid.
Yeah, it's all about that space that he's bringing to him. Doing a really good job with that.
Solid off lane and rewarded by having the highest net worth. But the next 3 net worth still belong
attempt
to
bottom.
IG. Are they actually
Almost.
here in the Nether Strike go, but burning with the blink away?
Yeah, if he got the Nether Strike on him after the blink, that could actually have been a kill. Or if he just 17%ed that a little bit, but he didn't have time to cast the ulti.
Oh, hello, Luo.
Yeah.
Zai's keeping his army of Spiderlings separate. Doesn't want to get them all quill sprayed up. There's a lot of stacks as well being prepared for IG once again. So that's a quad stack of Ancients, but there's also stacks inside the Radiant jungle as now Kuro having a crack at Chuan, but slowed down. Sonic Wave, he doesn't have life to survive this. They have 1,300 life to get through, and they're able to do so.
Yeah, Faith comes in there and he's just throwing that out. And mid, actually, a little bit of a fight and a TP out attempt.
Not with Zai coming in.
So many spiders. Gets brought down by them.
And this means the tier 1 tower was lost too. They actually mopping up, actually can't kill the Spiderlings. So the Spiders will finish the tower. The TP will now come in from the bristleback. So one more spray and he'll get a crap ton of money. But at the same time, Frostbitten up. And you've still got Zai in the front lines. He is now realizing tracked. So this is causing some problems for him.
I mean, he's still very fast. He can just run straight back.
Lewis.
Lewis like, I wonder if there's anyone in the world who can fight me right now. He's just running across the map looking for someone who can face off against this Vanguard, Basilius, Bristleback.
Who's actually building the mech for them? I'm assuming it's going to be Faith at some point.
Yeah, maybe.
Because Bristleback got the Vanguard.
I mean, it's very popular in general to buy mech on Bounty Hunter as of late, and just going for mech and mana boots. It's
And then
the
it's
Slash
Greaves
way.
at some later point.
Yeah, Slash's way, Guardian Greaves Rush is actually very effective. I played against a lot of Bounty Hunters who tried the build. It's not bad at all. But at some point you want to have the Medallion or Solar Crest more than you want to have the Guardian Greaves. And I think it's not always the best choice. So Broodmother still farming the enemy jungle. Can't do much against the Bristleback.
Just chilling and relaxing a little bit further out. Just keep finding the money. Like, you got so much of it on the map. There's so many neutral camps that you can just take out. And when you're ready, have a crack. And he's going to go for a Yasha. So it looks like a more of an SMY or possibly just a Mana Star build to break free of the track. And when Sentry Ward's down for the Radiant side,
that's a nice...
Faith is destroyed so quickly.
Yeah, that's a nice sentry to have there for the Broodmother, so he can actually get that pick off. And
The rest of
Ferrari-
Secret's moving up. Like, IG's in position. They're going to find Luo. A quick charge up could do the work. Zai starting his TP,
God.
and there's a lot of damage.
he doesn't have any anyone to air his
Meanwhile, on the bottom, though, S4's pushing. He was waiting for Burning to be a little bit more aggressive. Now, Burning moves all the way up to the Secret Shop, and Kuro doesn't give up on the charge. He just wants to say to Burning, remember, I actually belong here. Oh, he actually got the 17%, but with Chuan
think he
TPing in,
overextended
how much
quite hard
damage has he
enough.
got? And he's another bash, won't find it. The Plasma Field will come in.
I like
Burning will survive.
Oh, they're chasing Arteezy as well. He's tracked up, and they're really fast chasing after him.
He's got call down, though. He's got
Janata
call
attack.
down into a rocket barrage in a moment with S4 around the corner. Fate's going to be low. The Janata will bounce around, but they're just so high in life. The mech is still here from S4 too. He'll trigger it out and then start his TP. Arteezy won't be so lucky. The Sonic Wave will help to get the kill. And IG moved everyone from top down to bottom.
Yeah, that's an important track kill as well. But of course, Broodmother will be looking to take a tower and trade there. But getting track kills and just taking this action is what IG wants. So a little bit too aggressive by Kuroki there, diving so deep. Can't blame him for believing, though. I mean, we saw yesterday, he paid dividends for the Spirit Breaker to just charge in.
Yeah. And it could have worked. Like, if Chuan didn't TP
Could've.
in as quick as he did and had level 6 when he did, then that probably would have been successful for the Spirit Breaker and 100% worth it.
It was a pretty risky play, but
Here
was
comes
also
the
a nice
charge
reward.
again. Down the middle. This time he's going in for Chuan. Looking for some sweet, sweet revenge. No Nether Strike available.
Bash.
He's trying to slow him down. Can't find one. The call down will connect, slowing down Chuan. But Ferrari's taking 105 points of damage here.
Yeah, so
and it's
much
still starting to
damage.
tick up. And with Luo on the front lines, Puppey just has to let it go. One more attack. The bash pushing him back. Puppey almost gets a full duration. Ferrari, he's going to drop his arrest of Secret. They've already arrived, burning the Soul Survivor once again. And they scouted out the Ancients.
Yeah, and Broodmother's just starting to like, hey, can I kill Ancients? And he's very smartly targeting down the mother dragons first as they kill the babies. The splash damage of the dragons, but this is very hard for him to steal alone. He's gonna get the help of Gyrocopter. Amazing fight there, bringing in the Broodmother behind the enemy lines as well. It was really big for him. And yes, Razor stole a lot of damage, but who did he steal it from? He did not steal it from the important heroes. He stole it from the Spirit Breaker.
And who did he inflict it on? Like, he hit Crystal Maiden twice and still couldn't kill her before almost the entire duration ulti went.
Exactly what we were talking about, right? That puppy, he will channel his ulti and he's like, yeah, you guys can kill me, but my team will take care of you.
He found the perfect tree position.
Yeah.
No vision available for IG.
He did.
There's a charge going on Faith at the moment. That's a long charge back from home, but Arteezy starts the call down once again. He will be popped, but look at Zai. He takes out Sean. They move down to Faith, and then pushing, burning
God,
back.
all of
No
them.
blink available for him. And it's just 3-for-1 trade-off. Arteezy, he's almost playing this Gyro like he used to play the Drow Ranger.
Yeah, pretty much, actually. It's very similar. And I like this way that Zai is playing his Broodmother. 6-0-1. He's like taking part of as many fights as he can. Just getting in there because he's hard to deal with. He's also rushing Manta style to get rid of the track. From
Already
Bounty
finished.
Hunter.
15-minute Manta.
Exactly. Very quick Manta style there. So really, really nice for him. And they keep winning these fights. A lot of it is attributed to the Broodmother.
Well, she's always there at the right time. And man, it actually kind of like gives me also flashbacks to the way that EG, like I know that's actually when TZ was playing his Drow Ranger in the mid, but the way like Sumail gets killed and then you're like, ah, yeah, we're winning right now. Then you realize, oh wait, there's two other cores in this game that are doing some heavy lifting.
Exactly.
And
There's
you've
more
already
going
got
on.
you got a Viper with a mech. Treads and Ring of Aquila 15 minutes in, and you can buy the point booster as well. So the Act is rapidly approaching, and the highest net worth is 8.4k on a Broodmother.
Yeah, and as you said, the Aghanims will be amazing in this game as well, because against a Viper, against a Razor, against a Bristleback, putting that ulti on them, slowing them down so much is really, really good. Two smokes now going in, and they actually smoke into each other.
The Fate's going to break it. He's actually invis at the moment, but then it does. With the Frostbite, you might have your track going, but they just instantly pick off the Bounty Hunter and retreat back out again in Invictus Gaming. Now, Luo is visible underneath the Radiant Observer Ward, but really, Secret don't care that much. They're here for the Tier 1 tower on bot lane.
Yeah, Secret, I mean, not the biggest pickoffs to find the Bounty Hunter there, but they'll take it. I mean, both teams use the smoke and they get a kill out of it and nothing else happens. They're going to be able to maybe pressure this tower bottom, meanwhile, having a Broodmother on top.
Yeah, and that's probably like the more critical point of the statement. In fact, you've got pressure on the bottom lane to the Tier 1 tower. IG, if you rotate too many people down here to deal with this, the Brood just takes your top tower.
Yeah.
And then who have you got that can still battle directly against the Broodmother?
They don't have anyone that can really solo against the Broodmother at this point.
I think S4's realized that he went a hand of Midas 17 minutes in.
That's fine, actually. On Viper, this is one of the heroes that you can go for a later Midas, just so that you stay relevant. Because you have your mech, that's very crucial, getting that up nice and early so you can win the team fights. But after that, it's really only about building attack speed and farming tools. So Yasha is normally the item, but Midas works just as fine.
Faith is in a very, very tight position. He's between two different sentry
They're
walls
trying to
that are
bait
already
him.
inside. Yeah, they
But
would love him
he
to come.
sees them. Like, look, it's so awkward.
Well, he knows.
Looking to the left, they have a observer ward.
He's got 2 cents of himself, and yeah, that observer ward to seeing all. But the Radiant Observer Ward from Secret in the lane also sees just as much. They throw it on the Sentry Ward, but it's too far away. So the charge begins, and Faith hangs around a little bit too long. Kuro doesn't commit, however. He'll get tracked up, and then they just hold back.
Yeah, he's just gonna back off. Meanwhile, there's a big Brood army on the top lane as well. So if they can just mount some pressure on bottom, Viper finding a DD rune here on top lane as well is very nice for him.
Actually, I can't believe no one made a Spiderling plushie for the TI store. Just came to mind. Like, we got a little puck head, but where are my little broodlings?
Do you want to rest your head on this spider?
I think you would, man. Especially when it looks that cute.
I haven't actually seen it, so I'm not gonna judge.
It looks nice. Alright. But yeah, Zai's just taking all the farm out from IG2. So even if you want to pop over, like, you're looking at burning. There's another Queen of Pain trying to rush a Scythe of Ice, but you're not going to find your last 2700 without putting yourself at high risk.
I mean, S4 had his by now, just saying.
S4 also had possibly the fantastic, like the greatest start of ever, where this Queen of Pain is 117.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's different games.
Faith sees the Sentry Ward. He wants to get rid of this.
That is actually a very interesting stat. Average freezing field damage per player normally is around 1490, whereas Puppy more than doubles that in his average game. That is pretty cool.
That might also be because of the people he plays with. I mean, like, you know, I don't want to care about the Crystal Maiden. I want to care about everyone else that's trying to kill me.
Yeah, it could definitely be so. Other than him, I would also say that Ake is one of the players that understand how to position your Crystal Maiden so that you get really, really high value out of the freezing field. Because it's all about, as you said last fight, hiding between the trees, trying to put yourself where you're not in vision, and starting off the ulti. People will just realize, oh wait, I'm dying. Where's that frosty bitch?
Zai. Faith's right behind him, so at least that'll reveal it, but they've got no way to kill him. Like, even if they try.
Yeah, it's too hard. Since he has the Manta style available at all times as well, he can always just remove the track or
Yep, he's going
whatever.
for Ferrari. That's a big Spiderling army right behind him. Starts off with the insatiable hunger, and Ferrari just so low. The Spires are chasing down a little bit further, but they move back over to Chuan. Sai going to get himself a little bit further away, but then again, he's going to kill Ferrari. 1 second and spawn Spiderlings. He just
my
wants
God.
to regen, so hide in the tree lines. Ferrari will TP himself out to safety. And now Zai, with a little bit of time, he could actually kill off Chuan when Chuan retreats.
This is actually hilarious. He would probably have killed him actually if he just held on to spawn Spiderling a little bit longer, because it's a Razor.
There goes the Brood.
You get purged.
And now
he
Zai.
sees him.
No, he's still on the other side of the tree line. He doesn't have vision there.
Yeah.
But bottom lane, they have vision there. Charge coming on Burning, so they can keep the vision when he blinks away. And that means you can get range of the Frostbite from Puppey, and that'll cancel the TP out. Burning, dead to the world.
That was a nice pickoff for them as well. The kill going the way of S4, who's started to build up his Aghanims, and he's already halfway there. This Midas working out pretty well for him, as he's looking very good on his item progression mid now.
Yes, Ferrari being charged, Zai with the Mana Star triggering out, and he's starting to link one of the illusions, but Puppey with the ulti going to go to work. Ferrari actually now moved down to throw Faith, and that's where your dust will trigger, and this is Secret. The snowball has begun, and Tuskar was even banned.
Yeah, this is really looking pretty grim already. Just the control that Zai has on this game, because no one can go up against him. No one can touch him.
Yep.
He has 4,000 gold after his Manta style.
Now we can see that Necro book.
Yeah, and Roshan could be a very easy pick here. Necro into Assault Cuirass would be a pretty normal build for a Manta style, but he's gonna go for Radiance.
Wait, what?
This is nice. Or Abyssal Blade. You know, it's possible, but when you have Manta style, why not go for Radiance?
Yeah, Radiance makes sense when you're just going to make life a living hell for... Like, Chuan will have no presence in this game. And yeah.
If you wanted to go Abyssal, I think you go Basher first anyway. Like,
YG, they're coming in to contest Roshan, but Roshan already dead before it starts. Call down. Luo well far out of position, and they're getting on multiple sides. We can't just keep his back turned to him the entire time. Sonic Wave will fly, even a double damage rune. Arteezy balls it up. He'll actually lose the Aegis to the Immortal.
but he kept the DD.
He did keep the DD.
Oh, Spirit Breaker keeping up here, chasing after Burning, almost getting him 17. No.
No chance for the 17%, but he can stay on the back of Faith. But he does have Dust available, so the second Faith goes invis, he can trigger that. But the distance, charge, he needs vision again, and he lost it.
Yeah.
Faith actually able to have time on his side
They
this time.
know roughly where he is. He's gonna try the YOLO Dust, but it does not hit him.
Right.
And he's probably gonna run away from
Maybe
here.
time to put a gem on the Viper.
It could be. Oh, the courier's coming in here. Does he see it? He sees it now. He's gonna turn. He goes for it. He got it.
Got him.
Sanchiasha was delivered at least to the gyrocopter, but they don't have enough vision against this this bounty hunter. So Faith doing a lot of work here.
Is there a sentry? There's a sentry on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
With that zip. And Puppey, he's going to try and stack now, and he might think he's just screwed it up, but there's an observer wall that's blocking up that ancient pole.
Oh yeah.
So he get actually no, it doesn't.
Oh, what?
It doesn't block. It's too far to the west.
Oh yeah. If you place it a little bit to the right, it will actually block. It's misplaced slightly.
Yep.
That's a very good sentry ward spot then. If you want to de-ward the ancients, that's exactly what you want to put a sentry on, but not the if you want to block the ancients.
No. Yeah. That,
Oh god, he found a DD when he was declared ancients. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he had it set before.
Yep. That was the one he
Activated
took. He for the hello, Faith, Chuan, everyone. They're coming in. They go on Arteezy. Quick call down. She doesn't even get it off. Tries to bottle charge first though, and that's gonna be a good track kill into Puppey. The ulti goes out from him. He managed to get in return the kill on the bounty hunter. But meanwhile in Rome, Zai is taking out the tier 2 tower, continuing his push. Bought his Radiance. Not finished on him yet,
Yeah.
but bought it.
Yeah, he does have it. And
They have to come back.
they have bought a new courier, bought a walking courier, and it's gonna deliver the Aghanims to S4. He can't wait for that old courier to respawn. Time for a new one.
It's a cheapie.
Yeah, it's just a temporary thing.
Shout out to all the Pinoys. Love them.
Pinot Dora?
That's the strat, man.
Dude, I had
Double
like
courier strat.
3 bottles and 5 couriers, and just slingshotting all that. That's the meta.
All right, so we get a Vladimir's offering completed up for Spirit Breaker as well. So the high ground push is becoming more and more real for Secret. If Zai does, does he still go Necro? Like when you're gonna get a Radiance like this, you almost feel like it should be a full hunt and control.
I think you go for Assault Cuirass still after this, or BKB. BKB would probably be the most smart and disciplined choice, and Assault Cuirass is the greedy choice.
Curry's got to turn around though.
Oh, they saw him, but they can't really bring him down. They don't have the stunts.
Yep.
Looking at all these 4 heroes, they don't have stun. They only have a support Lina who's not there. She also doesn't have anything else than Brown Boots.
It's also not a guaranteed hit.
Yeah.
Like, you can still Manta style dodge that.
Yeah, exactly. She doesn't have a Yule Scepter, doesn't have items, so it's very difficult for her.
So the reins is finally on Zai himself.
Yeah, he's going to be more frustrating now, and also makes it annoying for the Bounty Hunter to stalk him now, because he's going to take the burning damage.
It looks like Secret are getting ready to finish this. The side of the Vice is finished over on the Queen of Pain, but this is a 25-minute scythe, and that's all she really has. And the rest of Secret are ready to push. Manta, Medallions, Radiances, Mechs, Aghanim, Scepters, Vladimir's with Urns, Gyrocopter with an SMY, plus an extra Ogre Club, and they found an opening. They found Faith. Just a quick charge in.
He turns into
very
4
quick death.
spider babies. He's going to push now. He joined the winning team, dude.
Does he have buyback? He's got buyback and 2 gold.
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter though, and he really needs to not buy back. He's 300 gold away from the mech.
At the same time, IG need to see what's going on, and without track, that's very difficult.
Just Plasma Field and Dragon Slave that. There's no need to buy back. Just hold on to it. Tier 2 mid though can be hard to defend when the creeps get there, but it still has backdoor region, so.
And bottom. Bottom's
Exactly.
pushing in by just the basic creep wave. Zai, Burning, jumps in for the Hex. They start the Static Link, and Ferrari, a decent commitment, but now the call down with a Viper Strike. Ferrari's going to take it all, including the Rocket Barrage, down for the count. Luo too far up, and Puppy just walking forward. They're looking for extra ultis, in fact, hitting everything.
all just
and
melt.
oh my, not even melting, man. Their Tootsies are frozen. IG. It is double the kill count the way of Secret, and an invitation to enter the base of IG.
Yeah, and that's a pretty nice invitation. It's nice and clean, nice and empty, a lot of space in there. Wow, they just brought them all down. They can't stop this Broodmother at all.
No.
And I like the fact that Arteezy, despite not having items, he just charged in as though he did. He's like, yeah, I'll probably live, and he just charges in. And he would die very quickly if Lina got to cast her ulti, if everyone just synchronized.
Yep.
But there was no chance. Spirit Breaker was charging in.
It came so
disrupts
quickly.
everything.
Like that fight was over in like if you had like a countdown clock on it. Like I would be surprised if you even hit 2 seconds.
It was a
Before
fast fight.
From the initial damage to IG to when they were all dead.
Yeah, that was extremely fast. And that was 2 lanes of racks, and of course, they're not going to stop there. They're going to keep going bottom. Roshan has still some time until he can even be up. They're just going to go, I think.
Wow. Easy tier 2. Oh, it's burning. They're coming out to fight. Like
Look at the 2 couriers delivering items.
They're just so busy.
When you're so rich, you have 2 couriers just flying out BKBs.
One BKB to Arteezy, and the other BKB goes to Puppy.
You get a BKB.
Check under your seat at home. Everyone's got a BKB.
God. He almost has a Scotty on Broodmother now. What a disgusting creature.
It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing.
And,
And it's not just man. Like it's fully done.
oh, he actually has it now.
Yep.
Nice.
So Secret have more life on the Broodmother than you have on the Razor and the Bristleback.
Yeah.
And then you also get a Lotus Orb over on the Spirit Breaker.
Oh, and that's good in this game. It's very good, because you can remove track with it. If you put it first, you can also get the bounty to track himself. Of course, returning Shadow Strike, Laguna Blade, what have you. There's a lot of good stuff.
What did Kuro just charge to then? He charged and then it just stopped. I'm assuming he hit the creep wave and not a hero.
What you mean if you put Lotus Orb and someone charges?
No. Kuro
Oh.
started charging from back at the base and then just stopped.
The creep wave died and there was nothing near it.
No, he mustn't be wanting to go to, okay, well, there's Your quick switch. Zai, as a sentry ward right there, triggers off the mana style to start beating into Luo a little bit.
I mean, these spiders, the illusions with Radiance are actually just dealing a lot of damage to Tron. Look at his HP.
He's actually dead. That Viper Strike and the Radiance Burn's going to kill him. So there's no way to survive this. So just going in deep. And Poppy again with the BKB ulti, forcing Ferrari back. Luo's being focused down by Arteezy and Zai. Sonic Wave will do some work until Koro just starts bashing, burning around. This is over. There's no way they can win. GG. Team Secret will 2-0 IG after a disappointing start to the group stage where they went 1-1 up against Fnatic. They'll finally claim the full 3 points with a 2-0 victory over IG.
That's the favorite of this tournament, Secrets, showing their strength really. Like, there was no chance for IG in game 1. There was possibly, I'm not going to say less chance, but there was no chance in second game either.
Yeah, it felt really hopeless from the start, and everything worked for Secret. We'll have ourselves a break and be back here in a couple of moments' time for our third series of the day.